All right, guys. Hi, and welcome to Bridging Inner Worlds. I am Ashlyn McKnight. I am a senior facilitator at Lightbody Academy. And Bridging Inner Worlds is the place where we get to dip our toes into the waters of some of the basic skills that we learn at Lightbody Academy. And what this means is we get to start to learn how to build relationship with the world within us and the world external of us that we are in the process of creating, co-creating all the time. So please feel free to say hi. Let me know where you're coming from. Any questions or comments, please put them in the comment box, and I'll see them here and try to address the ones that I'm able to. So this is the third installment of Bridging Inner Worlds. The first two installments, the first installment, we worked with really building relationship with the heart space. And last week we worked with building relationship with the lungs. And those of you who were here with me saw that there is this interconnectedness, right, between the heart and the lungs. And when we drop into the space of being in relationship with these parts of ourselves, then there's a peace, there's a calm that comes. That frequency of anxiety comes from not being in a connected place, not being in a present relationship with all of the magic that we're made up from and that surrounds us. And when we're disconnected from that, it really creates this base vibration of unknowingness, a base vibration of being lost that we don't even necessarily realize that we're feeling, because we haven't ever been taught how to live in this connected way. At least in modern Western culture, this is not something that is readily taught in homes and families. It's not part of our psychological structures, really. And this has so much to do with the magic of being human and the beauty of being a human here with all of the humanity on Pachamama, on the face of the earth, and learning how to dip into ourselves, how to dip into that co-creative process where we become living art and the artist. And you can't have one without the other. You can't be one without the other. There's always two sides to a coin, and we're both of those. And that can take a little bit to, one, wrap your head around, and two, to come into an embodied understanding of that within the biosuit. And those are two very different experiences, right? Having the mental understanding of an idea, and then the embodied understanding of a concept, so that it doesn't have to be something in the mental field anymore. It just simply is, and it lives and exists and evolves within your own field and your own biosuit. Let me know how all of this is landing. So today we're gonna take this bridging. We're gonna take this a step further, and we've connected to the heart space. We've connected to the lungs. So the last 2 weeks we've worked with structures within the biosuit, and today we're gonna begin building relationship with something that is housed in the biosuit and also in the world around us. And we can begin to see how this feels and how it's a little different, and also how that relationship is played differently. So we're gonna welcome in the molecule of oxygen. As always, we're going to start in our heart space. So go ahead and drop into your heart rhythms. You're going to begin by listening, right? Listening to the rhythm. You can put your hand on your chest. You can put fingers on the jugular vein or on your wrist. And let yourself begin sinking into that space. Yep, coming back into that knowing of this piece of yourself. Right, this is a coming back home. And hopefully you guys have worked with this very basic tool in the couple of weeks since we began exploring it. And it's become a much more comfortable place to be and a much more familiar place to be. And once you start working with it, you realize that this is really the only place to be that represents truth and authenticity. And in that becomes where we strive to always come from in our awareness. So you're just going to let the echo of that pulsation or whatever your data set is around the heartbeat ripple out in all directions. And you can even play with this a little bit and start to play with your awareness of what does it feel like to be on the front side of the heart versus the left side of the heart versus the right side of the heart versus the back of the heart. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that coming to the back side of the heart has a tendency to core a little bit more. And it brings that more into clarity. And when I speak about the core, I'm talking about the core rhythms that flow through every single biosuit. Don't think about the core as a destination at all. It's constantly evolving and constantly becoming deeper and deeper within our own awareness. It's more something to learn to sink into, to learn to be soft with, to be accepting with, and really to be guided by. So depending on your practice and awareness level, you might be able to perceive that that core reaches all the way down to the perineum. And this is where we touch on Pachamama, our connection with Pachamama, with the deep, deep essence of Mother Earth. and all the love and support that she offers us. Mhm. So you can go ahead and bring in the lungs if you want to. Remember that was from last week. So for those of you joining that did not catch last week, then I highly recommend hopping on the stream, either YouTube or Facebook, and checking out that video. So I'm just waiting for the lungs to come online. I don't want to rush through this process. If I rush through the process, then I'm only going so deep, right? I'm skimming the surface. We, our innate desire is to be in full relationship with all within and around us. For me, this is what I believe is meant by humans being social creatures. It's not just with the personality of the human in front of me or the human next to me. It's with all that they are made up of. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so how do we call forward something that is not within the biosuit, or that is not a structure within the biosuit? That's not something that we can drop into and just feel the physical tissue of. And we do it with our intention. Right? Our intention coming from this heart-centered presence. And this is part of owning your abilities as an infinite being, that you are capable of calling to anything that you wish to bring forward in your awareness. Yeah, don't go overboard with that. There's a time and a place for everything. So we're just going to call on the molecule of oxygen. And from our heart space, we'll have a perception of what this energy, this frequency of oxygen feels like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so we'll welcome it in. Now, this frequency of oxygen can take on different flavors, and you'll see what I mean by that as we connect with it, not just in the biosuit, but outside the biosuit. Different environments will add different flavors to the connection, to that relationship. Many times when connecting with the telluric realm, that's going to be everything in the biosuit, everything the surface of the earth going down, 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 down to inner earth, the atmosphere of earth. It's everything that makes up our 2D and 3D world. the connection with the telluric realm many times takes on a very childlike feeling. There's an innocence. I'm trying to hone in on the words for what I'm feeling, because it's not innocence in the way that we typically think about innocence. It's more an innocence in the ability to always be present, to always be at the ready, without judgment, without any kind of let's say moral qualifications. So coming back to the heart space and asking this frequency, this vibration of oxygen to step forward. Notice how that feels coming into the field of the heart. Yeah, and just let that frequency stream into the lungs. Okay, so see, you notice a difference there with the breath. It suddenly becomes lighter, more supported. So we're gonna step back for a moment and let this frequency run through the whole body. What I mean by step back is mentally get out of the way. Not qualifying this experience, just allowing the biosuit to have it and to be open to this relationship within every cell. And all of our fluids. Keep the breath moving. Allow the breath to help move these frequencies through the body in the physical way that it has. A few more seconds here. So take note of your relationship down in the perineum with Pachamama. See how that shifted. Mhm. There might be more ease there. And note the frequency of oxygen in the lungs with each breath. So this should feel different having come into the first levels of relationship with this molecule. Okay. Now we turn our awareness to allowing our heart space now with this new frequency of awareness, now with this awareness of relationship with oxygen within the biosuit. From that place, we're going to perceive, right? Perceive from the heart oxygen in the world around us. Okay, in the room that you're in, if you're outside, in the air, in the trees. And notice the sense of connection to everything around you. Now there is a bridge. Now there is a pathway, right, within these inner worlds, the inner world of, say, a tree with our inner world. This multi-dimensional pathway of communication is now open. And you have one part of it seeing another part of it. So just simply see, let yourself be seen from this space. We didn't specifically go into the blood, but with this seeing and being seen, it's firing up the oxygen in the blood. It's firing up that relationship, right? Something is waking up there. And this is what building relationship is. It's waking something up, waking up possibility. So if you find that you're beginning to experience tension, that is a good sign of resistance beginning to come up and show itself, and that's fine. Just allow yourself to soften and relax. No need to get anxious about it. That's just some part of you that either has a mental story or idea about what's happening, or a piece that's maybe not quite ready for it. That's okay. And these are the pieces that we come together at Lightbody to look at and allow to develop the skills to unravel these pieces. Mhm. Okay. So if you want to go a step further, you can take this relationship to oxygen and bring in the field of oxygen across all Pachamama. And so we're bringing this into awareness, into relationship from our heart space. And if that feels too big or way far out there, then that's okay. Okay, yeah, good, good. You notice that in all these relationships, the oxygen within the biosuit, the oxygen in the world directly around us, and the relationship with oxygen as held by Pachamama. Right? There's an inherent desire to come into a resonant frequency with one another. Yeah. Yeah. So as that resonant frequency is found, okay, know that you can move from this place into your day. Right? This isn't something that is available to you only during this very short time period. You now have this at your disposal. Okay, so we have a couple of comments here. Lori says, you have such an amazing ability to hone in on a body part or a layer and point out a new relationship with a part that we just take for granted as humans. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. It's both a blessing and a curse. Being very astute and feeling and in relationship with these places and how they're showing up in the collective as well. Thank you so much for bringing these bridges into our awareness. Life can be stressful. Thank you for making us slow down and notice. Thank you guys for being here. This work is important work. It's important work on a personal level, and it's really important work on a collective level. So if this is speaking to you, come check out the Lightbody community. This is the work that we do with one another, and this is just the very this is just dipping your toes barely into the water. And there's all kinds of possibilities that are awaiting you as you claim your sovereignty and come into liberation by claiming these relationships with all these different frequencies and beautiful, intelligent energies within us and around us. So thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for participating. Feel free to leave any questions or comments in the comments section, and I will see to them. And we'll see you next Tuesday at noon Mountain Standard Time. Just a reminder that this Thursday at 6 p.m. Let me double check on that. Nope, that's 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is the Lightbody, or the Rivers of Light activation. And so that's going to be live streamed on Facebook and YouTube. That's at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Please come check it out. That will be an even more in-depth immersion into reclaiming the relationship of our sovereignties in our body, you know, and bridging these different worlds. And the Rivers of Light activations will specifically be working with plant consciousness in order to help us bridge these worlds within our biosuit and embrace the whole spectrum and quality of frequencies that we're capable of. So please come join us Thursday evening, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, guys.